nightly gaming news.
Hey guys, I've got a couple of stories for you that happened today. Welcome to the tonight's gaming news show. Every night I'm going to do a news show, and the first story here of tonight is Pokemon Sun and Moon starters have been revealed. There are 2 trailers. They are decent trailers. Even if you're not into Pokemon, please let me suggest that you watch these trailers and then buy the games. Pretty much, just buy the games. They're going to be good. They're going to be good games. They're honestly, legitimately, guys, Pokemon is worth getting a console for. I'm honestly kind of sad that I didn't get a 3DS for X and Y. I just kind of let that slip through my fingers, but I'm not letting this one go by me this time. Pokemon Sun and Moon starters look kind of cutesy. We gotta wait until we see their evolutions, and of course the cast, the crew of the whole, Sun and Moon universe, what the 150 Pokemon that we're gonna get or what have you. See the story, and I don't know what else they could do with the game. Mini games and shit, I don't know. Sometimes mini games can make a Pokemon game, seriously. But either way, there's so much that could go right with this, and so little that could go wrong. I mean, really, the Pokemon formula is solid. There is no Pokemon game, at least, in the main series, that is, bad, right? They're all good. They're at least all good, and some are amazing, like Gold and Silver. So Sun and Moon is looking to sort of expand upon X and Y. I don't know if it's going to be as evolutionary or revolutionary. Maybe it could be, and I'm going to have the hype and belief that it will be. So check out those trailers. This is definitely something newsworthy to talk about. And, actually, it's probably not even news because you guys already know. You probably knew the second that it came out because you guys are fanatics like me. Next story we have is a game coming out. Well, it actually just launched. It's Tree of Savior. So Tree of Savior is the spiritual successor, and it's actually made from the creator of the original game, Ragnarok Online, a beloved MMO RPG, probably from your younger days. Me personally, I didn't play Ragnarok Online, but I was very, very happy to see Tree of Savior coming to light, especially since I work for a free MMO station. I love free MMOs, so I was pretty hyped to see Tree of Savior coming out because of its unique art style, mixing the 2D hand-drawn characters and then the 3D animated monsters, and how it was supposed to be like an MMO, but it was still like an action RPG, like with, actual action combat, all the different classes and the uniquity between those classes. It all seemed cute and fun. It seemed like it had a lot of character, but in the end, that was all just on the surface. The game launched to mixed reviews. So it's definitely, in my opinion, I already did my first impressions. I already did a couple videos on the game. I think it's worth trying, but a lot of people seem like it's not actually worth, going all the way to endgame for. So try it yourself, see if you like it or not, but it seems like chances are, maybe potentially, it's not as great of a game as we hoped it would be, which, that sucks. But let's talk about a game that is coming out of nowhere, really. This game is called Astrolid. Astrolid is going to be an RTS. It's very minimalistic, by the way, guys. It's a completely free-to-play game, no transactions whatsoever. Completely free, single-player, multiplayer. It's an RTS where you actually build your units. Like, you build your little ships, you can customize them, and you actually fandangle with them, and you build them up, and you control the swarms of these ships when you play in the single-player and the multiplayer. I just wanted to mention this game. I don't plan to mention a bunch of small little indie games or a bunch of small free-to-play games, but Astrolid kind of came out of nowhere. It's got critical acclaim already. A lot of people are clamoring over the game. It seems exciting, even though it's so small, minimalistic. It just seems like a small production, but at the same time, a super solid, just really good core to it. The gameplay just looks nice. It just looks like a good game. I don't know what to say, guys. It's not something big and huge. It's not a huge production like Tree of Savior. But then again, we saw how that turned out. I should have just set out to do something, and it completely did that something. Maybe, I don't know. Watch the channel for maybe I'll do a first impression. Maybe I'll do a review. Astrolid is looking pretty sexy. Just wanted to mention that it did launch. All right, moving on to some kind of niche news here. We have the Universal Windows platform. So for a lot of you guys probably don't even know what that is. It's the UWP. It's basically games you buy in the Windows Store. Now, a lot of you guys, even if you are gamers, probably haven't played a game from the Windows Store. I can mention only 3 that I've personally played, and I only know of 3. So that's Gears of War 1, the re-release. We have Killer Instinct, and we have Gigantic. Gigantic not being a release yet. However, I played a lot of it. I've had a lot of issues with the Universal Windows platform. However, they actually are changing. They're actually focusing. Microsoft wants it to be a real, legitimate gaming service. So for this, they're going to unlock the frame rate. They're going to do more updates. They definitely need a lot of performance-enhancing things. Okay, I don't know the technical stuffs that go into this. I don't even know why I was kind of fucky in the first place, but I just know from personal experience playing Gigantic was a shit show trying to actually record that, and I don't even want to get started on Killer Instinct because that was even worse because the game was actually tied to its frame rate, and since the frame rate was locked, but then it actually didn't perform fully, so then whenever I tried to record, it was running at 15 frames per second and it made everything really slow, and it was just fucking crazy. So now that the Windows Universal Platform, whatever, Universal Windows Platform, fucking UWP. Now that it is being taken a little bit more seriously because they probably want to make some money off of, hardcore games, because Xbox ain't, pulling its weight anymore. I think that the actual Windows Store games is going to start looking better. We're going to get more cross-platform games, such as Gigantic, maybe even Halo, maybe some new Gears of War. I don't freaking know, but hopefully it's just going to just be better. And I don't know. A lot of people don't want to play Gigantic because it's like Windows 10 only and, other stuff with the Windows Store. So I really want to see that game succeed. I want to see more cross-platform games succeed because I want to play with my friends. So, yeah, this is only good news. It's only good news. Okay, next up, we have some more good news, guys. Video game board games. We have Dark Souls recently announced that was going to be a board game, as well as This War of Mine, surprisingly. Now, I don't know, it's kind of surprising that Dark Souls would be a board game because, how the fuck is Dark Souls going to be a board game? But then we have This War of Mine, which is really kind of a niche title. It's made by an indie studio. It was a good game. It kind of took off. It's not popular. I'm just saying, it had humble beginnings, and now all of a sudden it's getting a board game, a legitimate board game. Both of these games actually were funded incredibly quickly. So Dark Souls, literally the second, okay, maybe not the actual second, maybe not literally, the moment that Dark Souls went up, it was instantly overfunded on Kickstarter. So a lot of people want to see some of these games, at least these game worlds and their mythos, be translated, their mechanics translated to a board game setting, where maybe we can have some lore cards, maybe a little bit deeper explanation, a little bit more elucidation, especially, in terms of Dark Souls. Maybe we get to see some really cool mechanics being translated. Like Dark Souls is very sort of it's slower paced. Yeah, it's mechanical. You do kind of have to get good. But at the same time, most of the game is preparation. It's strategy. It's tactics. These are all things that can be translated to the board game. And from what I've seen so far in the trailer, it looks like it's going to be a very legitimate adventure style board game that you can play with 1 to 4 people. I think it could be fun. I want to see, I want to buy the game. I will probably buy the game. I will probably play the game and do videos on it. And I also want to see what they could do with expansions with this game, because I already know that this genre of game exists. And or at least board game exists. I want to see more games being turned into these style of games, like a Tomb Raider. We saw how Tomb Raider works as a mobile game, and that's essentially like the way, it's introduced. It's basically like a board game. I want to see more games like that. I want to see more games taken, like This War of Mine, Dark Souls, fucking Minecraft, man, whatever. I want to see those games taken and then just, brought to like a board game realm so I can share it with my family, with my friends. Just go have fun and replay it. Or I don't know, maybe I would like to, just try some of these different games in a different light. I don't know. It's cool, man. It's fucking cool. And I like Dark Souls, so I'm just one of those people who are going to jump behind the bandwagon and just play it because it's Dark Souls. But no, seriously, guys, it does look like a good board game, and same thing with This War of Mine. And I think it's just a new trend. A lot of games are coming out on the horizon that we see on Kickstarter. More games are trying to become board games. Yeah, so for me personally, maybe I'd like to see a League of Legends board game. All right, so that's the final news story. Let's talk about the rumor of the day, which maybe could be considered news because it looks pretty official to me. The rumor is that Disney Infinity is going to be canceled. Now, this is a game that I think isn't super hyped. If you go to Walmart, if you go to any sort of like big store, you're probably going to see the little figurines and stuff, and you probably have seen the commercials. The game doesn't look bad. It looks like it's got a lot of money thrown into it. It probably is a decent game, but it's just not making that Skylanders money. It's not making that Amiibo money. Disney is they're okay. They're okay. I like their movies. I like their games. It's just they're no Pixar, and they're no Lego. They're no Nintendo. And in the end, they're probably just, they're just not making as much money as they would want to. So they're just going to focus on, the stuff that makes them money. That's basically the story. And it sucks because I bet a lot of families, parents, children, or just kids, lots of fucking kids are playing this game and having fun. And they have no idea of the reality of everything. That money runs everything. And it just sucks. Or maybe they do because they had to spend all that money on those little figurines to actually play the game. Who knows? Either way, Disney Infinity probably actually is going to be canceled. It's looking pretty legit. So, that just kind of sucks because it kind of looked decent. So, I don't know. I don't think any game should ever shut down. I think games should last forever, man. Forever. Especially online games. Okay, so that leads us into the question of the day. Yesterday, I asked you guys, do you want remasters, more remasters? And this was your responses that I just kind of randomly picked. But now on to the new question of the day. Today's question of the day. What games would you guys like to see being turned into a board game? So, video games being turned into a board game. And don't cheat and already do like board game style video games. You know, don't do that. Like, so a video game that is not in a board game setting turned into a board game. What would you guys like to see? I would like to see a MOBA. I want to see League of Legends, Dota, Smite. I don't know. I want to probably League of Legends. I think would make the most sense. It has the most unique characters and settings. But I think it'd be easiest for maybe somebody to take the Dota 2 assets because they're free to use and take, you know, the models and everything and to 3D print them. I think it'd be easier to do Dota 2. So let's just go with Dota 2 maybe. I think I would like to see somebody make a Dota 2 board game and, you know, put that on Kickstarter. I bet it would get funded instantaneously. I bet it'd be pretty legit. And if Valve could back that, holy shit, that'd be amazing. Anyways, I would like to see a MOBA board game. What games would you like to see turned into a board game? And with that, that's it. We're done with the news, shitty story, the videos that this is, every day. Tomorrow, maybe it'll be less shittier. If you have any suggestions for, you know, how to make it less shitty, let me know. And we're just going to try to up the production value. Thank you so much for the sponsorships at the Patreon, as well as your donations. You know, thank you very much, guys. It's good. Thank you. Thank you. You make this show less shitty, but hey, you know, we got to keep trying, right? We got to keep going. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow.